The first thing Elias noticed was that the groom's chair was empty. The second was the cake. At the center of the Glasshouse Hotel, beneath white roses and winter jasmine, a pale wooden chair waited for Elias Rowe. His name card was straight. The candles burned without dripping. Beyond the transparent walls, the afternoon sky looked like one more decoration. Only the chair was wrong. It had been empty for 11 minutes. Elias knew because the string quartet had stopped 11 minutes ago, and the second hand above the service doors had made 11 complete circles. He sat at the far end of the family table in a charcoal suit made for someone broader. His feet did not reach the floor. A slice of Black Forest cake waited in front of him, its cream slowly softening. No one had told him to eat it, so he had not.
Sit straight.
Where is Adrian?
Not now.
There were several kinds of not now. One meant later, one meant never, and one meant an adult was afraid and would become angry if a child noticed. This was the third kind. At the front of the ballroom, Seraphina Vale stood alone beneath the flower arch. Her wedding dress was white, but not soft. Clean silk, sharp lines, no veil hiding her face. She kept watching the doors through which Adrian was supposed to appear. A security officer crossed the room and spoke into her ear. Her face did not change. That was the first frightening thing about her. Most adults blinked, swore, or searched the room for someone weaker. Seraphina became still, like a door after someone turned the lock.
Grace, private room, now.
Hotel staff closed the doors. Security blocked the cameras. Elias's parents left the table with the lawyers.
Stay here and don't touch anything.
Elias waited until the private room doors closed. Then he picked up the fork and cut the smallest piece from the back of the cake, where the missing part would be hardest to see. If the wedding continued, he could say he had misunderstood. If it did not, the cake would be thrown away. Both possibilities supported eating it.
Would you like some water, young sir?
Is it free?
Yes.
Then yes, please.
The waiter brought the water and moved the cake 2 inches closer without mentioning it. That seemed suspiciously kind. Elias decided not to trust it yet. Behind the doors, voices rose around one number, 42 million. Then Grace hand appeared with a folder under one arm.
Elias Rowe, come with me, please.
Inside, Seraphina still wore the wedding dress. Without the earrings, she looked less like a bride and more like someone who had arrived at a legal hearing dressed in white. Elias's parents sat on one side of the table. 3 lawyers took the others. One chair remained between his parents and Seraphina.
You can sit there.
The chair was too low. Only his head and shoulders cleared the table.
This conversation is being recorded with notice.
A tiny red light appeared. Seraphina opened the folder.
3 receiving companies list Elias Rowe as beneficial owner or trust beneficiary.
Beneficial sounded like benefit. Elias tried to think of one he owned. There had been a blue bicycle when he was 7, but Adrian sold it before he learned to ride. Maybe the companies were like that, things that belonged to him only in sentences.
Adrian handled the finances. We signed what he put in front of us.
Apparently.
Our son has disappeared too. We are victims here.
Which son?
His father's eyes moved toward Elias, then away. Seraphina slid a page across the table. Near its top was a 6-digit sequence Elias had seen before, 318402. Adrian's hand. A grocery receipt. Black ink pressed hard enough to tear paper. Elias reached for the page. His sleeve pulled back, exposing a yellowing mark around his wrist. Seraphina saw it, only for a moment. Elias covered it again.
Did Adrian ever ask you to sign your name on blank paper?
He's a child. He doesn't understand what you're asking.
Sometimes.
Those were school forms.
They did not have the school name.
Rafiq, have someone collect the child's school identification, medical information, and belongings.
You will do no such thing.
Your older son vanished before marrying me. 42 million vanished with him. Your younger son's identity appears throughout the transfer chain, and you signed documents you did not read.
That does not give you the right to take him.
His debt was written through his brother's name. Until Adrian returns, and I know what was done to the child, the boy comes with me.
No, a child is not collateral. He is not property that can be seized against a debt.
For the first time, anger cracked through Seraphina's calm. Not embarrassment. Something sharper, packed so tightly it had become almost invisible.
Then the adults who used him will learn that first.
Emergency temporary guardianship by consent. Independent counsel for Elias, no parental access to financial instruments in his name, and independent medical examination. Court review.
No police.
I did not say that.
And the debt.
There it was, not where will he sleep, not how long will he be gone. The debt.
This does not settle the debt.
If the boy is with you, we are not responsible for his daily expenses.
It might be better for a few days. You will behave, won't you? You won't touch things that aren't yours, and you will not tell strangers family stories.
Yes.
Inside his chest, something felt light. That was wrong. He should have feared the woman in the wedding dress. Rich adults could afford better locks. They could also afford people whose job was to stop children leaving. There was no reason to feel relieved, but the feeling remained, small, shameful, warm as the cake in his stomach. The door out had opened. He did not know where it led. It was still a door. Grace crouched beside him without touching him.
Elias, Miss Vale is offering to take responsibility for you temporarily. You are allowed to say no. Another placement can be arranged.
With people I know.
Probably not.
Will they know the rules?
What rules?
House rules.
My rules are written.
Can I read them before I agree to all of them?
You may object to them after you read them.
I will go.
Grace read every clause aloud while the Rows signed. Temporary authority, no financial access, medical examination, school records, supervised contact, court review. Neither parent asked Elias to come closer. His father paused only when contact became supervised. His mother signed faster. Then the room broke apart into tasks. A younger guard bent and reached beneath Elias's arms. Elias moved back so quickly, the chair scraped the floor.
I can walk.
Of course, sorry.
Sorry. The word was so unexpected Elias nearly looked behind him to see who it belonged to.
He walks.
Beyond the doors, the wedding remained exactly as they had left it and completely different. The arch stood. The candles burned. The groom's chair remained empty. Elias's unfinished cake waited beneath a silver cover. For one moment, he considered asking to take it. Then his father's rule returned, don't touch things that aren't yours. He kept walking, the wedding fork pressed against his palm, hidden inside his sleeve. Camera flashes struck the hotel doors. Rafiq shifted between Elias and the glass while Seraphina crossed the corridor without hurrying, her wedding train whispering over the stone.
Is that the brother? Did she take him? Miss Vale, look this way.
At the side entrance, a black car waited beneath the rain. Seraphina looked down at the white fabric around her feet.
Cut it.
Ma'am.
The train. It will not fit in the car.
You are not cutting a couture wedding dress with a security knife.
Then solve it.
I am a lawyer.
Today, you are demonstrating range.
The exchange was strange enough that Elias almost forgot to be afraid. Almost. He climbed into the car without help and moved to the far side. The door handle was visible, so was the lock button. Good.
Do not question him in the car.
I know.
You also knew a child was not collateral before saying it in a room full of witnesses.
Grace shut the door before Seraphina could answer. The outside noise disappeared. Rain became a soft drumming overhead. Seraphina removed the diamond comb from her hair, leaned back, and closed her eyes. The car rolled forward. Through the rear window, the Glasshouse Hotel receded, full of flowers, people, and the wedding that had not happened. Elias counted the lights through wet glass. 1, 2, 3. At 7, Seraphina opened her eyes. Her gaze dropped to his sleeve.
What are you holding?
Elias stopped counting. He could lie. Adults often preferred lies when the truth made them responsible for a decision, but her rules were written. Perhaps her questions also had fixed shapes. He slowly pulled the fork from his sleeve. A thin line crossed his palm where he had gripped it too tightly. 2 branches surrounded the letter V on its handle.
Why did you take that?
It is the only thing they did not take back.
Seraphina said nothing. The car carried them away through the rain, and for the first time that day, Elias could not tell what the silence meant.